Alright, listen up, boys. Before you say anything, I know my fit is absolutely assassinated, but y'all see the logo above my head. I had to wear it for double rep. Hey, lay off of me. I'm only a rookie 5. I'm trying to get up, get more cap breakers, so I can make some more interesting builds for y'all. But while I still have this Giannis build fully maxed out right now, I'm gonna milk it for as much content as possible. And I don't mean I'm gonna repeat the same things, but we have not taken the Giannis build into the 3-on-3 Pro-Am yet, and it was disgusting. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't want to spoil too many things, but we got some pretty goddamn good game. Why are you back? Yo, that motherfucker just hit a crazy trick on a skateboard. God damn. As I was saying, we went absolutely stupid in Pro-Am. Now, for anyone who has not already seen the Giannis build, here are the attributes we are working with. Obviously, down the road, I'm going to get the 92 block for, chase down artists, and the 93 for the gold paint patroller, and a 92 board. But, not everybody got 75 million cap breakers, so y'all got to work with me on that. But, as I said, here are the attributes, and then here are all of the badges we are currently using. It is a pretty loaded build, to say the least. And also, yes, this build can contest 7-4s with Gold Challenger in the Tier 2 slot, so that's part of the reason I also think the Giannis build is one of the best in the game. It's not just me glazing. You genuinely cannot contest those 7-4 Bigfoots if you don't have Challenger on a 6'11". It's not possible. Unless you, I guess, maybe are also 7-4. That's kind of a method. But either way, it is about time that we get into the games, so I hope you guys end up enjoying it. So starting off with this first one, this game was kind of a blowout, but mentioning those 7-4s a minute ago, I was on a 7-4 this game, and we are already glassing him about 2 seconds into the gameplay. I'm catching on the fast break, and we're dunking on him. Listen, when I tell y'all boys that this 7-4 had a horrible time this game, I mean, this dude had a horrible time. He could not get anything going to save his life. And for some reason, they weren't even really, utilizing him that much. As, you see me throwing that crazy outlet with the Cade Cunningham pass style. But they weren't really utilizing him to try to shoot over me as much. I don't know if they just saw that I was a 6'11 build and they just thought, okay, he's countered or something. But I don't know, man, because you can still shoot over 6'11s as a 7'4. But it's not as easy. 6'11s are the only build that can really contest. As you see, I'm throwing another outlet. It's not looking good for them. 8-0 already. Skipping forward a little bit, though, we got my boy Aqua trying to get past Mr. Durag over here. He's kind of got him locked up, hell in a cell, shoots a bad fadeaway. But Giannis Antetokounmpo is there for the rebound. Come on, man. Y'all cannot, leave me open and not box me out. But that's the downside of being 7'4". You're going to have, 60 speed. And it's just simply not going to be a good time for you, as you see me hitting my boy Akko with that assist. We are now up 12-0. Like I said, this game was not the best by any means. He does hit a layup right there. I didn't jump because I thought he was going to stop and maybe go for a pass out. It just seemed like a really bad shot, but I mean, they were down 12-0 for a reason. Akko's going to grab this defender right there, take a horrible layup. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if his input was a little delayed. He also misses the steal. I'm not sure. But it's all good, because you see Aqua hitting me right here. I knew the jump was coming, so I smartly did not shoot it, and then I just tempo fade with the midi. A little bit of a cringe play style. I don't like doing that, because I feel like it's very overpowered. But sometimes you just gotta do what everybody else is doing. Speaking of what everyone else is doing, they give it to the 7-4 again, and he gets swatted the shit out of, bro. 7-4s, y'all disgust me as we finish it off with the dunk. Unfortunately, though, they had a pretty good answer to that with that crazy-ass spin jumper. I don't know what type of shit he was on or why he wasn't doing that all game, but that would have been very impactful if they weren't already down by 1,000,000 points, right? If that's 18-15 and he hits that, that's a big shot, but 18-6, you hit a spin jumper, it don't really matter. Aqua's going to dribble around. I don't know why he's doing a little bit too much here. Passes it to Rel, really bad pass, it gets stolen. My boy Aqua was just not in his element this game. They are going to pass it to the 7-4 again, and he went out of bounds. That honestly was not really his fault. I jumped into him and pushed him out of bounds, which is kind of bullshit, but listen, I ain't mad at it. Now, I'm going to hit him with the half spin behind the back, just for some flash. Nobody was really guarding me. We get the dunk, 20-8, and it's about time we get these boys off the court. So you already know what we had to do in the next possession. Just throw an outlet to my boy Rel. He puts up a little baby hook, and that's the game. Definitely not the best competition in the world, but I got a much better game too for y'all. In this next one, we were actually up against a 7'1" center, which is really weird. I mean, off rip, he got torched going for, a gamble steal, which led to me getting a free bucket because he was too slow to recover. But 7'1s are just builds you don't really see that often in 3-on-3. As my boy Rel goes AFK and gives him a free three-pointer. That was brutal, all right? It's not going to come back to bite us, thankfully, but we can't be making those types of mistakes. As I was saying with a 7'1", though, they're not really the meta threes build because they're really slow and they don't have the advantage that a 7'4" does where you can just shoot over people. I suppose you can to an extent, but it's not like a 7'4" where you can just pull over whoever is shooting in front of you. But right here, this offensive possession was absolutely cooked. I'm going to get the ball late in the clock and just have to shoot a mid-range tempo fade. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of that move, but sometimes you have to do it. Speaking of that 7'1" again, though, here's where he started to cause us some problems. Now, right there, you're going to see his screen didn't exactly hit, but they were going to hit later in this game, and they were going to hit hard. My lockdown Rel has legend pick dodger, and he was getting hammered, like absolutely hammered to the point where sometimes it would look like he's going to get over the screen, and he wouldn't, and I'd be trying to hedge, and their guard was honestly hitting his shots. I'm not going to lie. That being said, though, so were we, because right here, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to drive in and dunk, and they gave me that whack-ass animation. That was not my intention whatsoever, but sometimes that's kind of how it is with 2K. You gotta live with it. And unfortunately, when it comes to things you gotta live with, he makes a very tough shot over Rel right here. I don't know if I should have been playing a little bit higher on that, because as I said, everybody can shoot in this game. So if you let people shoot threes, you're gonna get absolutely burned. It's not like 2K25 where people just miss because of RNG. But, that obviously comes a downside. If I play too high, they get a free, pick and roll every time. And obviously, we're not trying to give up free buckets. Their guard's going to dance around the screen right there. He probably could have shot that crab on Rel, but he didn't. And they ended up paying the price because they don't get a bucket right there. Aqua dribbles it down the court. He is going to drive in, kick it to me in the corner. 15% covered, but we still knock it down. If you're wondering how I know that was 15, my boys were telling me it was 15. So I'm just going to take their word for it. I have my shot feedback off because in this game, I'm going to be real. You just get depressed trying to guard 7'4s, seeing them make stupid shit over and over, and it's like 2 contests. On the next possession, though, they end up switching the ball handler to the other player, which I thought he was a lockdown, so I was kind of surprised by that. Now they're going to try to run a little LT off ball. I'm going to try to pick up. Rel's going to switch onto the big. And kind of a miscommunication here. I was telling Aqua he needed to go guard that guy because I don't have the agility as a 6'11 to keep up with a guard. So I don't know what happened there, but that's just part of basketball. Sometimes you're going to have those little miscommunications. Right here, Aqua's going to lose the ball, and it's 13-12. We cannot afford to be turning it over. Now their guard's going to dance around another screen. I play a little bit low. Rel gets absolutely hammered by the screen. I didn't think it was going to hit him that hard, and unfortunately, that puts us down 15-13. But y'all already know what was coming after that because we had to hit my boy Akweezy with a little pass. He's going to hit a mid-range fade to bring it to 15-15. Obviously, we would prefer a 3 in that situation, but you got to get whatever buckets you can get, especially in close games. Their point guard is now going to have deep bomber. That is not a good look for us. We need to play very, very high. Unfortunately for them, this guy just takes a very boneheaded, mid-range fade. I don't know what the thought process was. I'm going to hit Rel. He's going to smoke a dunk. Aqua gets the board, kicks it out to me, and we are going to hit that pretty much open 3. I guess slightly contested because he jumped at me. Dead eye popped up. Whatever. It was a pretty open shot. We don't miss those. Now, once again, they're giving this guy the ball, despite the other dude, he just had takeover a second ago, just lost it. But I don't understand. Like, this team, their thought process was very weird because I don't know why you wouldn't keep giving the ball to the dude who's scoring. And to be honest, it kind of ended up costing them the game, especially, that in combination of them having 7-1. I'm going to scoop up the ball right there, and we are going to game it just like that. But as I said, 7-1, like, those guys were not bad players. I just think the other dude tried to take over way too much when he should have given the ball to the PG. And also them having a 7-1, which is just a pretty horrible build in terms of 3v3. It was not a good look for them. Moving on to the final game, though, I'm showing this little intro screen just to show, this was a level 29 crew with a red plate, Hall of Fame plates, and a 7-1 center that is shooting a 92%. Like, goddamn, I don't know what the deal with these 7-1s is. I just pointed out they're not very good for 3v3, but this dude definitely had some very good stats, to say the least. Now, starting us off in this game, though, we unfortunately had a very bad first possession. Rel took up an ill-advised layup, and it led to them getting a free three-pointer on the other end. Those are the things you just can't give up when you're playing a pretty solid team. Well, at least the 7-1 looked pretty solid. The rest of them, maybe not so much. Aqua is going to get a free little hop step right there. Looked like that might have just been, a little bit of a miscommunication. Or maybe the 7-1 is trying to bait and run out to me, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he doesn't really have the speed for that. As my boy Aqua gives up another dunk. It is worth mentioning, Aqua's build is not very defensive. We are going to shoot a 3 right there. It's going to be green. Surprised Rel made that pass because, he only got like a 61 pass X. Sometimes that bitch be flying out of bounds. But either way, as I was saying, Aqua, not really a defensive build. Rel is obviously our lockdown, so we want to keep Aqua off of their primary ball handler as much as possible. I'm going to catch it down the floor again, and y'all already know, another, little cheesy tempo green. Now, if you're wise, you're probably starting to notice a common theme with these 7-1s. They cannot keep up with the Giannis build whatsoever. These dudes got like a 60-some speed, and we are at damn near an 80. I mean, 80, I think it's at 86 when we have takeover. So most of the time, we're probably around like an 82 speed, as long as we have a bar or two filled up. Now, they did get a 3 on that possession, which kind of sucked, but at the end of the day, it's 8-8. We still have the ball, so as long as we're scoring, like right there, once again, the 7-1 getting torched because he tries to overplay it and doesn't have the speed, we gonna be just fine. Especially when we play defense like this right here. You see Rel getting the tip. Unfortunately, they get it back. They give it to the Green Goblin, and we steal it with our foot because that's just how 2K is. Pass it up to Aqua, and he is going to shoot a corner shots. Unfortunately, he missed. He probably should have faded that. But I don't know if he was a little delayed or what. He's going to get another steal right there. I'm going to run out to the corner, try to give him some space. Gives it to my boy Rel Demon. He's getting kind of locked up by the Green Goblin. I ain't going to lie. He drives in, still getting locked up by Green Goblin. Back to Aqua. And he's just going to end up going to old reliable Devin Booker escape into the mid-range shot. I mean, that move, let's be real, boys, just kind of a bailout. If you need a bucket, Devin Booker breakdown is just going to get you that bucket. Green Goblin is going to dance around the screen right there. Little bit of a miscommunication on us. I tried to get back to Green Goblin, but I think they kind of realized how I was playing that. And, a late contest isn't always going to get you a stop. Now, right here, I probably could have drove past him, but I didn't think he was just going to fly past. Aqua's going to hit a spin move. I'm going to pop out. Unfortunately, I don't get that pass right there, and then Rel smokes a dunk when I was wide open, which kind of sucked. And that definitely could have came back to bite us because you got to see, these dudes are not messing around. They're hitting their shots. They're playing good basketball. We're now down 14-12. Now, knowing that information, though, we just needed a bucket. Aqua takes it in for a free layup. Pretty smart there, just waiting for the jump, so, nothing crazy could happen. 14-14. Their center actually a deep bomber takeover, which I thought was kind of crazy. And we unfortunately leave Green Goblin wide open for 3 once again. Horrible. This was just a terrible defensive lap after terrible defensive laps. Aqua's going to hit me. Y'all already know what color that is. Another green. I now have 11 points on this dude's dome ski because he is just too slow to guard me. I'm fast enough to guard him. He's not going to get any shots off me. Unfortunately, they don't pass that pick and roll. I am going to jump at him. But the problem with me jumping there is they're just going to get a free board. I'm going to contest him again. Green Goblin, he was a good shooter. I just don't know why he was spamming everything like he was 7-4. As y'all see Rel getting that dunk. We're now up 19-17, so all we really have to do is make sure that they don't get a 3. Which, if you couldn't tell, they really wanted that 3 because they're 7-1, easily at a dunk there, and he just passed it up. Green Goblin's going to dance around. I'm going to press up on him. Rel's going to switch onto the big. The big probably should have shot that because he's 7-1. Rel's only 6'6". He is a lock, but he would not have gotten a contest. I mean, he had deep bomber take as well, so he had a lot going for him. Now, Aqua's going to ISO up right here. Doesn't really look like he has anything going. Ends up giving a ball to me. I'm going to try to reset, go to the top of the key. I probably could have shot this whenever he went backwards, but I don't know what I was thinking. I give it over to Rel. Rel gives it back to me. I'm going to try to go for a hop step. I get a bad animation. Rel somehow snags the board, hits Aqua, and that's game. I almost ended up selling with that stupid-ass shot, but low-key, we all could have played a little bit better. Giving Green Goblin all them free three-pointers definitely did not do us any justice. But as you guys see, player of the game, pretty good one overall. Although, I gotta say, do not bring 7-1s to the 3v3 Pro-Am. That build is horrible for this. Anyways though, boys, that is pretty much going to be everything that I have for today's video. If you guys did end up enjoying it, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, as well as left a like and a comment letting me know what you thought. It's been Gravely. Peace.